Hey you! This is the next episode in the self-love sequence. Today we're going to be talking about celebrating small wins. I also just wanted to show you guys, I just started dabbling in resin. So if you've ever done anything with resin, please let me know because I am really interested in learning more about it. So this is what I've done so far. So just let me know if you've ever done anything with resin in the comments below so we can talk about it. If you've seen all of the episodes of The Office, you're probably familiar with the one episode where Pete and Clark decide to clap for everything that Andy does. So he's drinking out of the water fountain, they clap. He does one small insignificant thing and they clap for him. And for some reason, after clapping for so long, they say that it starts to actually make them think that Andy's doing really great things. If you haven't seen The Office, I'm sorry that you probably don't get the reference, but that's pretty much what we're going to be talking about today. So today we're going to be talking about celebrating your small wins. In a lot of ways, this is just us being our own cheerleaders. We have to celebrate the things that are going on in our life, or else we're not going to actually truly believe that we're doing great things. I want to start by saying that being human is fucking hard. It's not easy. Even just getting out of bed some mornings is a lot of work. It might sound too easy, but in reality, a lot of the stuff that we do is not easy. In order to show love for ourselves, we have to become our biggest cheerleaders. Even if maybe in the moment we don't really feel like it, we have to keep practicing celebrating our small wins, and then we start to actually realize how big all of our small wins are. So today we're going to talk about celebrating your small wins, hence the celebration hair and the celebration dress and makeup. I also got a celebration pie and celebration flowers. We are ready for this. In a separate episode called Self-Love Sequence Start Here, I talk about the way the self-love sequence works. So before you even begin this episode, go ahead and pop back over to the Start Here episode to figure out exactly what the self-love sequence is and exactly how you should grow through it. We're going to start with the inner ring. And like you've learned in the previous episode, Self-Love Sequence Start Here, the inner ring is about the basics. So if you have never celebrated your small wins before, this level is for you. The first step is to take it to the journal. So before you celebrate your small wins in real time, we're going to use it as a form of reflection. First, we're going to journal our successes for the day. You can do this by every evening taking some time out of your day just to reflect on one thing that you did very well or one thing that you're just proud of. At the end of the night, you can write it in your notes. If you have an iPhone, or I think Android has notes too, you can write it on a piece of paper in a journal, or you can write it on a sticky note on your mirror in your bathroom. You can write it on your hand. You can write it wherever you want. The whole point of this is to just recognize that there are parts in every day that have successful accomplishments, even if they're really small. Today, I drew a picture just for the hell of it and didn't even care what anyone else would think. Step 2. Whatever you decide to write down, even if you think it's something that's insignificant, take a moment to actually feel accomplished for it. Give yourself permission to be proud of yourself for what you did, whether it was waking up in the morning, brushing your teeth, going to work, anything that made you feel accomplished or proud today. allow yourself to feel that. If you're reflecting back on your day and you're thinking you did nothing significant or anything worthy of being on your one accomplishment for the day list, then just take a moment to remind yourself that you're a human and you get to make the rules. Honestly, it's your life. What you consider an accomplishment, maybe someone else doesn't. And at this moment right now, when it comes to self-love, throw all of those concerns out the window. During the self-love sequence, you get to make the rules. So, during level 1, if you're a complete beginner to celebrating your small wins, start by journaling instead of doing in real time. Take a moment every afternoon to write down one thing that you are proud of for that day, no matter how small. You are a human. And guess what? For the self-love sequence, you get to make the rules. Who's to say that getting up in the morning when you didn't feel like it is an excess? Who's to say that going and walking your dogs for 10 minutes isn't a success? You make the rules. The next level of celebrating your small wins is to do it in real time. What I mean by that is you recognize the small wins in your life throughout the day as they happen, rather than reflecting on one at the end of the day. This is going to look a little different than your one reflection at the end of the day. Celebrating in real time has some different steps. The first step is to develop a reward. And this is my absolute favorite part because it's also the most fun. Whenever you accomplish something, you don't have to have a giant reward. You don't have to set up for a little party like I did with my hair and the dress and the pie and the flowers. You don't have to do that. If you want to, by all means, go for it, especially if it's something bigger or if it's something small that you want to celebrate, go for it, by all means. But there are smaller ways to reward yourself. And I'm going to bring you back to the Office episode with Pete and Clark and how they clap. That's it. They just clap for Andy and they start to believe he's actually doing cool things even when he's just doing his normal Andy stuff. Here are some options for reward ideas that are not big and extravagant. They can be small rewards that you can use in your everyday life. You can self-high five. You can give yourself a pat on the back. Give yourself a hug. You can use words by saying, "Man, great job. Man, you must be some hot stuff. Look at you trying to do things. Great job. Nice, self. Thank you for that." Touch your heart. Or, my personal favorite, do a little dance. Good job, self. These things you can do throughout your day. And if you are worried what other people might think about you, you can stick to something internal, a good job, or just touching your heart, something that's a little more subtle, or even a self-high five is a little subtle. It could be a little secret between you and yourself. Or you can be a little courageous and maybe even inspire someone to celebrate their own small wins. But you don't have to. As of right now, just go ahead and do whatever you're comfortable with. So if the self-high five only works when you're home alone, by all means, do a self-high five at home and then place your hand on your heart whenever you're around other people, or just give yourself a silent little, "I'm proud of you," or "Good job, self. You're killing it, you boss-ass bitch." So next, this is the same concept, but in real time. So you have your rewards. You already know what accomplishments look like to you, even if they're small, again. And now you just have to put those two things together. So if you're going about your day, you do something that is difficult or something that you're proud of or something that's super exciting, give yourself one of those little rewards. It doesn't have to be a crazy reward, but it can just be self-high five. You can give yourself applause. I already went through the rewards, so I'm not going to do it again. Okay, so again, if you're ready to take it to the next level, you're going to practice celebrating your small wins in real time. And you do that by developing a reward and giving yourself that reward every single time you do something that you're proud of or something that makes you happy or feel accomplished. The next circle is the outer circle, and this is the maintenance and beyond. So to go beyond when it comes to celebrating your small wins is, it's not much, of course, because this is just one small aspect of the self-love sequence. When you get to the outer ring and beyond, you continue to celebrate your own small wins in real time, and then you follow the next steps. Continue to celebrate in real time, celebrating big for big things, throwing a party, telling a friend, telling a coworker, telling a significant other, jumping up and down or dancing with someone else. If you have something big going on in your life, celebrate it. Even if it's just by yourself. Going to get a cup of coffee at a cool new coffee shop or rewarding yourself with something that you don't get very often. Share it on social media. Let people know what you're excited about, even if it's something really small. And finally, celebrate the wins of the people around you. That self high five, that hug, the touch to the heart, the words of affirmation, all of those things, except maybe touching someone's heart. They might not like that very much depending on who they are and how you know them. All of those things can be passed on and they can be shared. So if you know someone that is celebrating something, even if it's small, just go ahead and share with them what you do for yourself. That's how you can go beyond. Today we learned how to celebrate small wins. We looked at the inner circle, the second, and the outer circle. We learned that celebrating small wins is an act of self-love because you are being your own cheerleader and you are getting excited and feeling accomplished for what you're doing in your day, even if you think it's small. If you want to continue this conversation and stay up to date with everything self-love sequence, first go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Then pop over to my Facebook page, which I'll share a link in the description, so you can be added into a private group of individuals that are just trying to learn how to love themselves more. You will have all of my YouTube videos in one spot and conversation about each of the videos to have support, to get to know other people that are on the same journey as you, and to just stay connected. If you have something that you want to celebrate, no matter how small it is, let me know in the comments below. Or if you're part of the Self-Love Sequence Society Facebook group, then you can go ahead and post whatever you're proud of in that group and just add it to the discussion called Celebrate Small Wins. I'll see you all next time.